It's Tuesday, November 26th, and this is now on HNN.
There's a threat of flooding on the Garden Isle and a coastal flooding warning for about everyone else. Plus,
the Cave Fire is burning under some of the toughest firefighting conditions anywhere in the world.
A wildfire in Southern California forces thousands of people to evacuate their homes. I'm Chris Martinez with what helped this fire grow out of control.
A federal judge rules several former members of the Trump administration may have to testify before Congress in the impeachment inquiry. I'm Skyler Henry here on Capitol Hill with how the White House is appealing the ruling.
HNN is beginning to see an uptick in travelers, and severe weather is already causing problems in parts of the mainland.
And we'll take a tour of Honolulu's new Christmas bar with 5 things you didn't know about sippable holiday spirits.
Those stories and much more coming up on This Is Now. All right, let's get you right outside to the Garden Island. And we can see some people there at the Sheraton Resort enjoying themselves, but the overcast is starting to roll in.
Yep,
and
that's
we got
because
some advisories, right?
An approaching cold front could bring slow-moving heavy showers and possible flash flooding to parts of the state this week. On Kauai, there's a flash flood watch that's been issued starting at 6 o'clock tonight through late Wednesday.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and you know what? We got some other things to look out for as far as the weather goes, right?
That's right. The National Weather Service is warning of coastal flooding statewide this week. The tides in Honolulu are expected to hit 2.5 feet during the mornings over the next 3 days, with the peak on Wednesday. We've seen records above 3 feet over the past few years. Let's send it over first to Guy Hoggy for your forecast.
Yeah, Guy just filed this report for us. Let's listen in.
We're tracking that cold front. Here's what the computer model says. The winds will shift to the southeast. They already have. So we've got light corner winds in many areas across state as that front approaches. Now that front likely to drop some heavy rain over on Kauai, but not anywhere else. Here on Oahu, we might see a few light showers from the front, from some prefrontal stuff. Otherwise, that front's going to be basically a non-issue for the rest of the state. The front will stall over Kauai by Thursday, and then it's going to start pulling away. And as it pulls away, trade winds will start to fill in. In fact, once the trade winds come in on Friday, they'll be very, very strong over the weekend. We'll post a bad hair advisory. You got to hang on to the little kids. And those trade winds will also push in a few light windward and Mauka showers, most likely on Sunday. Now for today, we've got a cold front moving into Kauai with increasing showers, increasing clouds, and cooler temperatures. For the rest of the state, we've got very sunny skies for leeward sides, really a few minor splashes at best. And those higher humidity levels will be the result of those shifting winds coming out of the southeast.
All right, thanks, Guy. You know, we have some developing news coming to us from California.
That's right. So their fire crews are continuing to battle these dangerous wildfires. A large blaze northwest of Los Angeles is forcing the evacuation of thousands of residents, and officials have declared a state of emergency. This report comes from Chris Martinez from Santa Barbara.
An out-of-control wildfire is ripping through the mountains above Santa Barbara.
The Cave Fire is burning under some of the toughest firefighting conditions anywhere in the world.
The Cave Fire broke out Monday afternoon in the Los Padres National Forest, about 90 miles northwest of Los Angeles. 600 firefighters are attacking the fire from the ground and the air.
The fields are very dry, and that on top of all the years of drought, and we're still short with the rainfall amounts.
Strong winds helped this fire explode overnight, charring thousands of acres of land in just a matter of hours.
It's been quite the firefight. We've had winds moving up slope, down slope, across the slope. We've had firefighters engaging in structure defense, being pushed out and run out, and then turning around, come back, and getting right back on those structures.
Thick smoke is prompting Direct Relief, an emergency services nonprofit, to hand out face masks.
It really prevents further medical problems from occurring, especially for people who are vulnerable or who have breathing conditions already.
Residents from more than 2,400 homes are under a mandatory evacuation order. Crews may get some help from the weather later today.
A significant southwest wind should push the fire back uphill, and then that's going to be followed by rain, upwards of possibly 2 inches of rain.
Wildfires have consumed nearly 200,000 acres across California this year. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Santa Barbara, California.
All right, we're going to take you live outside. We're looking at Denver, the mile-high city, seeing some very cold temperatures of 24 degrees.
And look at all that snow.
Oh my, I know, they're already seeing so much of the white stuff, and it's causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, about 1,100 passengers spent the night at Denver's airport after being stranded by heavy snow and high winds. Hundreds of flights were canceled because of the storm that is still dumping snow on the city today. Of those who missed their flights were Air Force Academy cadets trying to get home for Thanksgiving.
And a lot of people are going to be heading out of the airports here.
That's right. Mileka Lincoln reports from Honolulu Airport.
Aloha, good morning. The first tip from experts is that you're going to want to give yourself a lot of additional time. Plan for extra long lines, regardless of where it is that you're traveling to. That's because, according to AAA, 4.4 million Americans are going to be catching a flight over the next several days, marking the Thanksgiving holiday as the busiest travel period of the year, historically and still. In fact, state officials are telling us they anticipate 58,000 people are going to pass through the Daniel K. Inouye Honolulu International Airport every day from today through Sunday. But there are only 4,700 parking stalls, so you're definitely going to want to plan accordingly.
Definitely encourage people to get dropped off at the airport instead of trying to park, because there is only a limited amount of parking available at the airports here in Hawaii. And just like a sporting event or concert, sometimes parking lots fill up, and that's the case here at the airports as well.
While today is expected to be quite hectic, experts say Wednesday afternoon will actually be the worst travel period nationally, with trips taking as much as 4 times longer than normal at major airports. So be prepared if you're heading to spots like Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, or Houston. And it's not just local folks flying out of Hawaii or between the islands who will be crowding airports across our state. According to AAA travel bookings, Hawaii makes the list of top destinations in the United States this Thanksgiving twice for both Honolulu and Kahului, Maui. Now, airline officials say 1.4 million pieces of luggage move through America's airports every day, and it'll be especially busy during the Thanksgiving holiday. So here are a few tips. If your bag is over 50 pounds, you will pay a premium. Try to lighten your load if you can. If you want to keep an eye on your luggage, even when it's out of sight, download your airline app and track it in real time. And if you want to make sure it gets to its final destination, even if there are a few bumps along the way, be sure to leave a printed copy of your itinerary inside. Now, here in Honolulu, the peak TSA hours are between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's when 5 TSA checkpoint stations will be open here in Terminal 1. That's the Hawaiian Airlines lobby. But you can always utilize the Continental International lobby just next door in Terminal 2 and then walk around. That's just one of the tips provided by state officials to try to keep the line moving because, again, while it doesn't look too busy right now, it's rather quiet. It's definitely going to pick up later today and throughout the weekend until Sunday. For more travel tips, be sure to head to our website at hawaiinewsnow.com.
All right, thank you, Mileka.
Some great advice.
I know, you and I, we said it yesterday, we're both working on Thanksgiving, so we won't have to deal with that. You're hopping on a plane that afternoon, though.
After work, I'm going to the Big Island to go see my mom. But
shouldn't be too bad.
No, it's like people are eating Thanksgiving dinner around that time. So.
You know what, I'll give you a ride so you don't have to fight for this parking
nice.
spot. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so now there actually is serious news about people traveling to a certain island in the Asia Pacific.
That's right. With the measles epidemic happening in Samoa, there is a health advisory here in Hawaii, and Lacey Denise has the details.
State health officials are issuing an urgent warning to unvaccinated Hawaii residents to get the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. This comes as the highly contagious airborne virus is spreading across the Pacific. Recently, more than 24 people have been killed in Samoa. The state health department says it's not just Samoa that they are concerned about. Multiple countries around the Pacific, as well as other countries and even the U.S. mainland, have been seeing activity and outbreaks. Health officials say although vaccination rates in Hawaii are high, there are areas of rural communities that don't have immunizations. Infants under 12 months old and people with pre-existing conditions have the highest risk of contracting measles.
All right, thanks you, Lacey.
Now to some world news. Albania's government has declared Wednesday a day of mourning for the country's earthquake victims. The government says flags will be flown at half-staff in memory of the dead. The death toll there was at least 20 people from the 6.4 magnitude quake. The country's soccer federation has canceled all scheduled matches this week, and neighboring Kosovo, which has an ethnic Albanian majority population, also declared Wednesday a day of mourning.
And what we're looking at here on our screen is just some user-generated content from someone there who took this cell phone video of you just see buildings smashing, cars there. You can only expect this death toll to mount. It's just really devastating scenes what we're looking at. And we'll keep following this here at HNN, and we'll bring you the very latest. But until then, let's take you over to Washington, a live picture right now. Let me check the time. It is 4:35. We're taking a look at the White House right there. The president just departed Washington, but there's still a lot of buzz going on about the impeachment inquiry.
That's right. A federal judge issued a stinging rebuke of the notion that the president can claim immunity for his or her advisors and not be compelled to testify before Congress. Now, past presidents of both parties have made this claim, but yesterday's ruling could have a bigger impact on President Trump as Congress is moving forward with the impeachment inquiry. Skylar Henry has the story from Capitol Hill.
President Trump is fighting back against a judge's ruling which could compel his staffers to testify in congressional investigations.
I was with the president when he was briefed on the decision coming down, actually, and nobody was surprised. It is not unexpected, but it may be unsustainable, and we'll see where it goes.
Former White House counsel Don McGahn refused to comply with a congressional subpoena to testify before Congress. But Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote, the contention that a president's top advisors cannot be subjected to compulsory congressional process simply has no basis in the law. Democrats on Capitol Hill declared the judge's ruling a victory, but the White House filed an appeal on the decision on Tuesday morning. The president tweeted he would love to have Mike Pompeo, Rick Perry, Mick Mulvaney, and many others testify about the phony impeachment hoax, but future presidents should in no way be compromised. What has happened to me should never happen to another president. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was asked about the tweet and whether he would be testifying.
When the time is right, all good things happen.
Congressman Adam Schiff sent out a statement saying the witnesses who have defied Congress at the behest of the president will have to decide whether their duty is to the country or to a president who believes that he is above the law. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
All right, and then, while that report was being filed, the president was making some remarks at the White House, and they were light. He was actually poking some fun at this whole process.
Yeah, some lighter moments over at the White House when the president pardoned the 2019 National Thanksgiving Turkey.
I wish you a lot of luck, but I hereby grant you a full and complete pardon.
Thankfully, bread and butter have been specially raised by the Jacksons to remain calm under any condition, which will be very important because they've already received subpoenas to appear in Adam Schiff's basement on Thursday. It's true. Hundreds of people have. It seems the Democrats are accusing me of being too soft on turkey. But bread and butter, I should note that unlike previous witnesses, you and I have actually met. It's very unusual.
All right.
This ceremony took place in the Rose Garden. It is an annual White House tradition. So the president pardoned butter from the Thanksgiving table.
What about bread?
I know, bread's okay too. Bread was spared. The birds were raised in a farm in North Carolina, and they will live out the rest of their days at Virginia Tech's Gobbler's Rest.
All right. Well, we got into the holiday spirit yesterday,
That was
right?
fun.
Yeah. Well, we checked out the new Christmas bar, and our boss let us have dainty sips. Dainty sips. And here's what it looked like when we took a tour.
We're here at the Christmas pop-up bar at Ward Village, where they're serving up Christmas-themed spirits to get you in the holiday spirit. Now here are 5 facts you may not have known about your favorite Christmas cocktails.
So what makes a Christmas cocktail? A lot of it is the sweetness of it, right? It's sugar, because we have a sugar cookie martini, we have a Cosmopolitan. We're using different types of things to rim. We have a candy cane rim Eggnog is something that people either love or hate.
Now, it's said that more than 135 million pounds of the creamy drink are consumed by Americans every year. The Jamestown settlers created the first American batch of eggnog, and the drink apparently became associated with Christmas after the Eggnog riots at the U.S. Military Academy in 1826. Now, some of the cadets smuggled in the ingredients to make eggnog to make a drink on Christmas, and they got into a lot of trouble.
It is one of those drinks, though, you're either I want it or I don't want it.
Now, regardless of how you feel about eggnog, it is the most popular cocktail of the season, followed by coffee with Baileys and Christmas-themed beer. It's no surprise that Americans double their alcohol intake during the holidays between Thanksgiving and New Year's with all those parties and dinners. In fact, the average American is said to drink 4 alcoholic drinks during the week. That number doubles to 8 during the holidays. Too much partying the night before causes the average American to be late for work at least 3 times during the holidays and calling in sick at least twice.
A little bit of magic in this. Don't want to mix it until you're ready to drink it. So you have to drink a little bit of it first and then give it a slow stir and watch what happens. It'll keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing.
I recommend not wearing white when you order this one. If you're a fan of holiday movies like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Home Alone, you may want to know that Christmas decorating sends nearly 15,000 people to the emergency room every November and December. So you may not want to drink while decorating.
All right, super fun day. Field trip, great time.
I loved it. Everything we tried to was really good, but he was right. It's all about the sweetness for his cocktails.
I love that frozen hot chocolate, but I had my dainty sip of it. But did not, I'm still not an eggnog fan. Don't you?
That one wasn't bad. I've had really medicinal tasting eggnog before.
Not light on the rum, huh?
Yeah, but that one wasn't bad.
What kind of rum, or what kind of eggnog is your grandma serving there, actually?
It's a secret recipe.
All right, speaking of serving things up, the cost of Thanksgiving is going to cost you a little bit more. Emphasis on little bit more.
Exactly. So how much do you think Thanksgiving Day dinner costs the average American, Jonathan?
Well, luckily I have a cheat here, right? There's a graphic that said $48.91.
That's for a family of 10. So
Oh,
that
whoa.
breaks down to less than $5 a person. So the volunteers who did this survey, they checked prices at grocery stores in 38 states. Not sure if Hawaii was on that list, but that seems a little low to me.
I think so too. It said like averaging like $5 a person. I said, yeah, it's way more than that. I feel like anytime I even go to a Thanksgiving dinner and bring one dish, I'm paying more than that.
Exactly. And I think that the number was for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Here in Hawaii, we bring Chinese noodles and all kind of, different foods from different cultures. So.
Well, I'm excited to chow down, even though
Me
we'll be here at work. But you know what? I'm just so glad I'm not having to deal with boom. Lucky we live Hawaii. That's Denver, guys. We're going to leave you with a live shot of Denver, where it is a whopping 24 degrees right now. Boo. Sorry, guys. This is now on HNN. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Have a great day.